I'm Ella, and I'm dramatic and problematic.
She's a Mona Lisa.
Hi! And if you can see today, I'm here and I'm queer, not just dramatic and problematic, more things. Third part, I think it is, of my Twilight series. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated with all my videos because I post every Monday. And I've actually been doing that right now, so like, also I live stream and you don't want to miss my live streams and you don't want to miss the other videos I put out. Like, this is not going up on a Monday, so like, let's get into the story, besties. Basically, I don't remember exactly what point I left off, but I was like kind of telling him, you know, like, Jacob told me this thing and like, you know, and he's kind of like being sus about it, and I didn't want to like straight up come out and be like, I know you're a vampire, and like I could have, but I also was like, let's give him some more mystery and see like what this man does. So I was just like, he told me this story and he's like, well, let's just say I've been 17 for a long time, and I was like, okay, pop off, I guess. Me too, like, I'm not even 17. You know what, like, I'm not from this reality. And he was like, hello? Maybe that's why I can't read your mind. And I was like, I don't think so, but yeah, let's just go with that. And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, let's just say I have knowledge that you couldn't even imagine. And he was like so confused. And I was like, you're not answering all my questions, so I'm not gonna answer yours. We're both mysterious and we're hot, so like. And so I'm like eating, and this man literally does not eat his food. And it's like so weird. And he's like, but you like this, right? And I was like, yeah, sure. It's like, okay, you can take the leftovers. And I was like, okay, man, like, is this why you so skinny? Like, I wish, like, I can't stop eating ever. And he was like, you're skinny too, don't worry. And I was like, did you say I'm skinny? Sorry, headphone users, but I did say that to him, and he was like, I'm not amused. I mean, honestly, he was really nice and chill. He's kind of weird, but we did talk about like art. Like, he really likes art, and in my current reality, I'm an art student, like art history. But yeah, and then he like drove me back home, and he's like, you need to be more careful, like, you can't just walk around like this, like, what if I wasn't there? And I was like, okay, well, thanks, Dad. And then he's like, don't call me that. And I was like, should I call you Daddy then? And he was like, I'm gonna go now. And I was like,
it was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
are you gonna pick me up for school tomorrow? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Yeah, I get home and Charlie's like, oh, like, he kind of was like peeking out of the window, and he's like, oh, I thought you were with your friends or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I was, but then like we bumped into him, and me and him ended up grabbing dinner together, and he's kind of like, And I was like, I swear I was with my friends, and I showed him like some pictures that we took at the store, and like the dress that I had, obviously, like, I tried it on, and my friends took pictures and I'm with them. So he's like, oh, okay, like, he believed me, but he was a little skeptical at first. He does not like Edward, obviously, but I was like, come on, like, he's basically the love of my life. So I did say that, and Charlie was like,
they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
And then I like obviously get to my room, and I'm on my phone, and I have like notifications from the group chat, and the girls are like, what is happening? Like, and I was like, oh my god, guys, like, I really like him. And they're just really excited. They're like, oh my god, we never seen like him date a girl, like, obviously, like, he would be into you, like, and they're just like hyping me up, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys are so nice, like, ah. So I went to sleep early because I wanted to like have my beauty sleep and look refreshed when he came pick me up the next day. And like, I woke up early, I took a shower, did my makeup, and like, I get a text that he's there. And so I come out, and I'm like, hi, how are you? And he's like, oh, like, I'm good, how did you sleep? And I was like, oh, good, like, how did you sleep? And he's like, I don't sleep. And I was like, looking kind of creepy, but like, okay, pop off, king. And then I get into the car, and he's just driving. Like, I was putting my music, honestly. Whenever he drives, I'm like, I need the aux. And first he was like, okay, but then whenever I go now, he's like, you always put weird music that I don't like. And I'm like, I don't care, like, I usually try to put music both of us like, by the way, But it was Edward, so I was just putting like whatever, because he doesn't really like any normal music. Not to be rude or anything. And like I put WAP once and he was like, he like literally wanted to like start turning it off, and I was like, no, this is my anthem. Like, you cannot turn this off. And he was like, and I was like, now from the top, make it drop, that's a WAP. Get a bucket and a mop, that's a WAP. I'm talking WAP, WAP, WAP.
5 minutes later.
I did the most, and he was like, fine. Like, just like, please. It's funny though, because he's like got this dry humor, and I'm like very like all the time. So it's kind of like a nice balance. Yeah, so we got to the school and we were walking, and like Jessica saw us obviously, but she already knew. He was like, oh, you told them that I was gonna pick you up? And I was like, yeah, like what's the deal? And he's like, you should probably tell them that we're secretly dating so they don't think it's weird. And I was like, hello, like, are you trying to have a fake dating situation with me right now? Like, what's going on? And he's like, And I was like, well, you're clearly interested in me and I'm clearly interested in you. And he was like, I guess that's true. And I was like, so what are we waiting for? And he's like,
I'm not a good guy, like, I'm not who you think.
And I was like, I think we already established I'm not who you think I am either, so don't try to be protecting me. I'm not some little girl. I'm a grown-ass woman. But we end up just going to class, right? And then like, I don't know, like we didn't really talk the rest of the day, but then he was like, oh, like I was about to like call my dad or some shit. I was like, how am I getting home? And then he like appeared out of nowhere and he's like, I'm driving you back. And I was like, why don't we go do something? Like, oh my god. And he's like, oh sure, like where do you want to go? Let's just like have a picnic or something. Like we can get McDonald's, or I guess I'll get McDonald's and you don't get anything. Oh, and you can take pictures with me and we can make flower clowns. Flower crowns. He's like, that's kind of weird. And I was like, no, we're gonna do it. He's like, well, okay. I was like, you look so cute with a little flower crown on your head. And he's like kind of like just looking away and kind of like a little shy. And I was like, oh my god, is he blushing? Like, hello. He goes along with everything I say, which is another reason I really like him, because he's kind of like, I'm down for everything. And so we were just sitting there and like eating McDonald's, and like I made flower crowns with him and I put it on his little head and I like took a picture, and he's like, no, like you shouldn't be taking, like I don't want a picture of me, like blah blah. I was like, come on please, this is so cute. And then like I had my flower crown and we took some selfies and it was just so cute, like. And obviously that was sent in the group chat. I was like, guys, like, this is the only bad thing, like he can read people's minds, so like I can't really keep a secret from it. Obviously me myself, I can keep something to myself, but I like telling other people like my feelings about things. And I just don't like that he can read other people's minds, because I can't really talk to anyone about how I feel. Danny, how you feel? And then he drove me back home. Oh, and I completely forgot Jessica had her date with Mike. And like she was saying, oh, it went so well and blah blah. Honestly, I was not having it. I don't think any of those guys are good guys. I kind of like talked to her about it. I was like, I don't know, he's kind of weird. Like he asked me out, like not to be rude or anything, because like you're my friend, and obviously I think there's guys who aren't interested in you because of you, because you're beautiful and you're amazing. But like he literally only asked you out after I said no to him, which I think is kind of sus. And I didn't want to bring it up as like a big thing because I don't want to make her feel bad either. Basically she's had a crush on him for a long time and she's like kind of wants to give it a go. And I was like, go ahead then, but like I just have like a sus feeling about him. I just want to let you know. And she's like, okay, thank you for telling me that, like blah blah. And then I was like talking to prom that's gonna happen, or homecoming, whatever it was, I don't even remember. And he kind of was like, hey, there's like gonna be really nice weather and I can't really go out and everything. And I was like, oh, obviously I didn't know why, but I was like kind of like, oh, like why? Like he's like, well, I'll tell you about it, but like you have to wait. And I was like, okay, like hello, you can tell me right now. And he's like, no, this needs to be secret, this needs to be like. And at that point, like I was like, okay, whatever. And then I got home and everything, and I kind of talked to Charlie, and I was like, hey, I'm not going to the dance. I'm gonna be hanging out with that guy, Edward. And he's like, oh, why are you hanging out with him instead of going to the dance? You really wanted to go. And I was like, hey, like, it's fine. Like, I wanted to and stuff, but I'm gonna hang out with him, and we're gonna like drive somewhere. And kind of didn't want me to, obviously. Like, I mean, it makes sense. Like, it's his like teenage daughter with this guy, and I was like, I'm gonna do it regardless of what you say, basically. And he kind of just like was like, whatever, just like don't do anything unsafe. And I was like, no, I won't. Like, we're just friends. And he's like, sure. He's like, I know what boys that age think like. And I was like, okay, dad, like, chill. But he's very not amused. But yeah, and that's basically it. Like, now, like, that's what I'm gonna tell you guys for now. So I don't know, but it's been really cute. Like, me and him just have like this really cute relationship. I really like Hogwarts because like Cedric's just such a sweetheart, and obviously Edward's very different from that, but like we still have a lot of fun, and his humor is like weird and dry, but like we like actually have like a lot of intellectual conversations and everything. Obviously he's very smart and he's like studied a lot. And I think sometimes he's surprised. He's like, wow, you know a lot of things. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm pretty smart too. And if you guys want to hear more about our relationship and everything, once we get to 50 likes, I will drop that next part. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated with all my videos. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. How did I get such like amazing subscribers for no reason? Like, I literally just sit here and act a fool. But yeah, thank you. I love you guys so much. Have a amazing day, afternoon, or night, whatever time it is for you. I love you guys so much. Mwah.
I wonder what she hides under her disguise. Yeah, 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 yeah. And all the